No one obsesses about the transgender community quite like those on the right do. I don't really get why anyone spends a huge amount of mental energy on hating a group of people who have no impact on their lives. I especially fail to understand why that negative energy is spent on hating people who just want something simple: to be treated kindly and to have the same damn rights everyone else is supposed to have. During the Conservative Political Action Conference, which is best described as a massive annual dumpster fire, a panel about God knows what devolved into a ridiculous hate sesh toward the trans community.
We had our second granddaughter, and like I said a few weeks ago, and her name is Reagan. How presidential is that? Beautiful Reagan Elise.
I lobbied for Trump, but it was a little too soon, maybe, so we'll see.
Trump is not the most feminine name, but we can make it.
Hey, you know,
but neither is Reagan.
We're going to take a page out of the liberal playbook. It doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter. We can identify how we want.
Oh, by the way, she is a daughter. She's our granddaughter. And we're raising her as a girl.
She's beautiful.
We're not letting her have a choice. She's what God designed.
There will be outrage tomorrow that you decided for her.
God makes the choice of what the babies are going to be, and God decided she would be a girl.
You don't have to raise them as a girl. She's got a little baby doll right under her arm every second.
Yeah.
And when my boys always had guns in their hands, so we didn't. That's not something.
Hashtag me too.
That's not something you teach them. That's something they're born with.
We're not giving her a choice. Hey, idiots, I have some news for you. You can go ahead and give your little girls dolls or boys guns all you want. But if their gender identity conflicts with their biological sex, no amount of hate or propaganda is gonna magically change them. I mean, a gun might accidentally kill them or purposely kill dozens of us later, but I can assure you that their gender identity won't change. Interestingly enough, there were conservative transgender activists at CPAC, which I also have a hard time understanding, considering the party they identify with has such intense disdain for them. But we should hear what they have to say, so here you go.
I fully believe in limited government, but that limited government extends to not telling people who they should be married to or who should they be.
I'm disappointed. I feel like President Trump kind of let me down. I know on the trail, he really hammered the point home that he was an LGBTQ-friendly president. I mean, he was the first Republican nominee who's ever uttered the words LGBTQ at a Republican convention, let alone LGBT. He held up the flag, which I realize is a gesture. We held up a flag today, so anyone can hold up a flag. But to my knowledge, no other Republican nominee had done that. And he did other things like keep the LGBTQ envoy. So he was doing things, and granted, you know, I have criticisms of Trump in other ways, but he was traveling along this path that I'm like, oh, wow, you know, maybe it is that kind of New York moderation that is leading him to an LGBTQ-friendly path. But then this happened, and it was kind of a litmus test to me that this is not a good sign.
Yep. Not a good sign, and you should be disappointed. The Trump administration has rolled back what little rights the transgender community gained while Barack Obama was in charge. In case you forgot while swimming in the cesspool of hate, I can help remind you. On November 23rd, 2018, the U.S. Office of Personnel Management erased guidance that helped federal agency managers understand how to support transgender federal workers and respect their rights. On August 10th, 2018, the Department of Labor released a new directive which encouraged the Office of Federal Contract Compliance Programs to grant broad religious exemptions to federal contractors who want to discriminate against LGBT individuals based on religious views, I should say. On May 11th, 2018, the Bureau of Prisons in the Department of Justice adopted a policy of housing transgender people in federal prison facilities that match their sex assigned at birth, which rolled back existing protections. Oh, and remember Trump's transgender military ban? It didn't go away. In fact, in March of 2018, the Trump administration announced how it plans to implement the new policy. On February 18th, 2018, the Department of Education announced that it will dismiss discrimination complaints from transgender students. In January of 2018, HHS opened a conscience and religious freedom division that will protect healthcare providers who cite religious or moral reasons for not doing their jobs and refusing care to the trans community. That's just what the Trump administration did in 1 year. Never mind the fact that in October of 2017, the DOJ released a memo allowing federal agencies, government contractors, and even private businesses to engage in discrimination as long as they can cite religious reasons. So while we might be distracted by the seemingly endless and intense flow of news in this Trump media cycle, make no mistake about the concentrated effort this administration put into hating on a group of people who are already disenfranchised in the first place. When watching that horrendous CPAC panel discussion, keep in mind that these are wealthy people in positions of power. Rather than using that power for good, rather than understanding how their privilege could help improve the conditions for all Americans in this country, all they did was focus on punching down and continuing the trend of mischaracterizing and bullying the powerless. Did you know that TYT Network is now available on YouTube's new streaming platform, YouTube TV? Get access to full TYT episodes and exclusive shows by signing up for YouTube TV today. All new subscribers get a 7-day free trial, so head over to youtube.tv and search for the TYT Network channel.